I think we're good. Does it show on your end?
It does.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. Hi, I'm Bob from Bob Buys, Heroin Bob, and I have Alicia with me, Married Life, which I messed up which direction she's in. So Alicia, if you'd want to tell Alyssa, if you would like to introduce yourself and tell us a little about yourself, I would appreciate it.
Hey y'all, my name is Alicia Murray and my channel name is Married Life. And I post pretty frequently if you like thrift hauls, thrift with me's, random thoughts inside my reseller head. I like to film myself photographing and then just talk for 15 minutes with a voiceover to talk. And so if you like the nonsense, feel free to come to my channel. It's a non-judgment area and we just like to talk about what we're buying at the thrift store.
Well, you've actually, like we were talking off channel, you've been on YouTube for a while.
Yeah.
So I know that the Married Life channel, you have some uploads going all the way back from like 8 years ago, and it just seemed to have more of a vlog style where you uploaded whenever you felt like it. And you have your wedding video up there, which is so cute, by the way. And on like the best man speech, I go back whenever I find someone's channel that I enjoy and I watch all of their old videos as well. So it's just to try to get a sense of who that person is and if I like them and then see where they've changed when I found them. And so it looks like your channel started out as just you uploading whatever. And then a couple years ago, like 2 years ago, you started uploading consistently. And instead of just every now and again a thrift haul, it seemed to be your whole focus shifted to reseller content. So what made you decide to go from I'm going to post whatever I want to we're just going to do reseller content?
Probably, okay, so, oh man, I feel like this is gonna, okay, for anyone out there in the chat right now, just know I like to talk, okay? So
go for it.
So grab your water, grab your tea. Okay, so I've been on YouTube since the beginning, and Married Life, the channel I have now, was not my original YouTube channel. I had one with my sister. If anyone can find it, send it to me because he has apparently deleted it from the internet, and it was an amazing channel I did while I was in high school. So I've always loved to just make videos. Has always been something that I've liked to do. And yeah, whenever I made Married Life, I guess it was 8 years ago, I had gotten married and I had my wedding video and I just wanted to put it on the internet. And then I was like, hey, this is kind of fun. Like, I'm going to record a little bit of this and I'll record a little bit of that. And then when we would go on a cruise, I would, record that. And that's when Married Life kind of came. Whenever we started going to like Japan and going to cruises and stuff, I was like, because I don't know what my channel was called. Honestly, I don't even remember what it was called. Maybe there's a way to find out. Before I changed it to Married Life. But Married Life.
Did you change it because you and your husband got married, so it was like your lives together?
Yeah, it was like Married Life.
But okay.
Yeah, you see
I got it. I got it.
So yeah, and the channel, it was never meant to be like, oh, I'm a YouTuber. It was like, we just went on vacation and here's this vlog, or here's this hurricane coming through on my birthday. Here's this vlog. It was just so random and it was never meant to be anything like full time. It was just like a little side hobby. And then I started working at the antique store. I kind of honestly, that was probably the time where I uploaded the least amount because I was working so much. I will never have a storefront ever again, brick and mortar store ever again. That ruined me right there. I worked all the time, y'all. And so I didn't upload a lot before I really into like thrift hauls and stuff. So I've actually always uploaded thrift hauls. Actually, I think one of my first videos, I don't know if this is true, but I think if you go back on the history of my channel, I want to say the first video is, I'm going to do a video, me reacting to my first thrift haul. I think I've recorded it back in 2011. I need to find that video, but I've always liked thrifting. And whenever I left the antique store, I was just watching other YouTubers. I was watching like Rally Roots, all the big YouTubers.
Right.
That is you type in reselling on YouTube, that's who, YouTube gives you. And then I learned about Poshmark. I had never heard of Poshmark until 2018 or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's when they started advertising really heavily in the YouTube space, and they were getting a lot of influencers that weren't in the reselling space to talk about Poshmark to try to get more people on the app, and they were heavily marketing towards female demographic between the ages of 18 and 25. That's where they were putting all their ad dollars into, because their direct competitor, they feel like, isn't eBay and Mercari. Their direct competitor, according to their CEO, is Instagram.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why they released that stories as well. When Instagram pulled that to them from Snapchat, they decided to do it as well. Even though nobody posts on Poshmark stories at all.
Never. I've never posted one. I've never watched one. I would be curious because I'm sure we all know followers don't matter on Poshmark, but I would be curious. I think I have probably 70,000, 80,000. Like I said, followers don't matter, but I would be curious to know if I did post a story. Can you see how many people see your story? Does it give you that?
I don't think it has an analytical backend at all. I mean,
I would be interested to know that. I would be interested to know if I actually do a story for my 70,000 followers, who's seeing it? Like, how many of those 70,000 are actually seeing? I've never played around with it. I ain't got time for that. Give this video a thumbs up if you ain't got time for that either, because it's too much.
So that's just something that I find that I do know that the linking is there. So if someone actually comes across your stories because you're using the feature, because they do try to push the stories out for their Poshmark ambassadors to random people that are using the app, you can direct link to the actual item that you post on your stories, which is a lot easier than on Instagram. Now, I know that you have 10,000 subscribers on Instagram, not subscribers, followers on Instagram. So you have the swipe up feature. Have you ever tried to actually do the Instagram linking to your storefront?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
I will tell you, okay, I'm a reseller and I'm on Instagram. I don't know if I ever advertise anything I'm selling.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I feel like my Instagram is really advertising like my TikTok. Not even really my TikTok because now we have Reels. It's really just advertising my YouTube is really all I use Instagram for. I'm a bad reseller, y'all. I don't share anything.
No, you're not a bad reseller. You're just different. I think that's one of the reasons why I like having these discussions, because everybody is different. So we just talked about, wanting to look about the analytics for Poshmark. Do you look at your analytics for Instagram to see how many people are actually going to your YouTube videos from Instagram?
I do look at it if I post, I can see on my insights if I do a post and I'm like, click on the link in my profile. I do look at that. And I do look whenever I include a swipe up link. I'll go back and see how many people clicked on it just to make sure people
actually clicking.
Yeah, exactly. So I do look at that, but I try, especially on social media. I don't get paid by Instagram, so I am not too concerned. I guess the followers, how my engagement rating, things like that. I'm not so concerned about it. But if Instagram wants to start paying me, things may change.
Well, you need to know there's zero, and then they'll start approaching you to do IGTV.
There you go.
And it also depends on how affluent you are in your reels as well. But there is a metric they normally use for that. But yeah, that is possible. And you can still monetize your Instagram as well. Basically, I really like social media a lot. I'm just not good at it, apparently, or I don't have a personality for it, so no one really engages with it. But oh my goodness, for Instagram, are you thought about doing a storefront, linking the items, look at what I got in my haul? Because I've seen other resellers, they actually list hey, this is what's new in my store today, swipe up, or people like Part-Time Picker who just sell through Instagram. Is that something you'd ever think about doing?
Probably
No.
not. And that's just me being honest. That's just me being just because I'm already on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, barely on Depop now because I ain't selling nothing. I don't pick up stuff that's sellable really for Depop.
I don't understand Depop.
Okay, let me tell you, when I started Depop, I immediately made like 8 sales. Okay. And I got so cocky. Because I made those sales in like, I don't know, just like in a couple weeks or something. It was like 3. I don't know how quick it was, but I was like, oh, I got Depop figured out. Let me share about it on YouTube. No. If you look at my What Sold videos, I hardly ever share sales. And I even share. Like, I hate that. You have to share on there. I don't even do that anymore. I think it's been officially a month since I've made my last Depop sale.
And the thing with Depop though is you have to log into the app at least once a week, or they'd like just inactivate all your items. And it's like,
Oh,
why would?
really? Wow.
Oh yeah, they do that now. Anytime I remember that Depop exists, and I'm like, oh, this might be good on Depop for me to never get any sales off of, but then I'll open the app and they're like, oh, your items have been reactivated. They were deactivated because you hadn't been active on the app in a week. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I guess if you're not on the app all the time, it's just not happening. And I don't really, I do know.
I'm on a Depop Facebook group that I joined when I first started Depop. And from what I can tell, the people that make the sales have a large, like what you're talking about. I know a girl that's really successful on Depop, but she shares everything on Instagram.
Mhm.
And then people come over and they buy it on Depop. And then you also have to share a lot, or they call it edit. They call it on Depop. And whenever I read the Facebook groups, it's just like Poshmark. They're like, yeah, I share 4 or 5 times a day. And I'm like, well,
Nobody's
that's
got
not
time for that.
sales.
No, I feel like for me, I have time for one platform, but that's just because I'm a part-time seller and I already don't have a lot of energy or time. So again, for those of you that are here, thank you so much. I might be a little low energy today. I had my second Moderna shot on Sunday and it took me out, and I overdid myself yesterday because I felt better than Monday, and I'm now paying for that. So just put that out there. So let's dial it back a little bit. So you don't want to have a brick and mortar store again. Would you consider having an antique mall booth? Or would that be the same energy?
Never. I feel the same way. I told Brandon I will never, ever, ever, ever have a store. I will never wake up at 6 a.m. again to hop in the car to spend 14, 15 hours at a store ever again. I will never do it again. Nope. Tell me, I always tell people my phrase that I use when people are being really honest with you. I'm like, but tell me how you really feel. That's how I really feel.
No, that's totally understandable. So you don't want to do brick and mortar stores. So where do you see, how much do you ever want to be someone's boss then? Let me put it that way, because you can grow your business and not have a brick and mortar, but you might have a warehouse or a stock location. Is that something that you envision ever having to do?
No. So a lot of people don't know this, but reselling isn't the only, or people probably know this, reselling isn't the only income that I receive. And me and my husband both have other businesses that we want to open up in the near future. So for me, reselling is always going to be in my life just because I'm addicted to thrifting. Let's just be honest. So it's always going to be in my life. But as far as me really wanting to go really big with it, getting a warehouse, anything like that, I don't ever see myself growing to that limit just because I have so many other things that I'd like to start. So I'd like to have a lot of little things going on, but I don't think I'll ever be a reseller that's like, I sold 50 items in one day. Like, come to my warehouse and let's ship it off. Like, that brings me so much stress just thinking about it. I love working from home. I love having, like, I'm in my little closet here and I can just work at my own pace. I like that. I like that a lot.
Okay. Well, do you think you'd be able to grow a little bit more though if your husband, because like I I've been seeing the last couple of videos, he's been helping you a little bit more.
Hmm.
So is he gonna join you to help you to maybe grow your business just a little bit more? And then when you guys hit your limit, then you're gonna be like, all right, we're done. We're gonna work on our own projects. And when you hit that cap, that's when you're gonna be done.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have a number in my head yet. Like, what is Alicia Murray's like number? What is the total active listings that I want? I haven't come up with that yet. But yeah, when I'm talking about the future, I definitely see Brandon almost full-time work for me. And whenever I guess I'm talking about the future, I'm talking about within about 2 years' time. I'm hoping that he can come home with me and we'll have different businesses that he's going to be starting in the meantime. And then he wants to do reselling, but y'all, he ain't going to be doing no clothes. Let me tell you that. He's already told me he don't like clothes, but Brandon loves furniture. We did a ton of furniture flipping in our resale business and our antique store. And I mean, that was the money makers for us. They like antique couches and we find a lot of it. We live in an area, we're really lucky. The area we live in, we have a lot of antiques, a lot of older homes. We don't live far. We don't do our estate sales in Mississippi. I guess maybe I should say that. We go to Mobile, Alabama and Fairhope, Alabama. There's a lot of history there and there's a lot of money there. So that's where we do estate. So I definitely see Brandon coming home with me and starting his own reselling business, but mainly with like furniture and glass. He's like the glass man. He knows, he can tell you all kinds of
I love
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
So does he watch restoration YouTube at all?
Okay. Let me tell you the YouTube my husband watches. Y'all are going to learn a lot about me in this video. My husband, one of his passions is, this is going to, saying this out loud now sounds kind of dumb, but it's not. One of his passions is Wagyu, the steak.
Beef?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He watches, listen, I'm not exaggerating. Everyone in the chat's going to be like, yeah, whatever, Alicia. He watches this guy. I think his name is Huga Food. It's something like that, but it's this guy that buys Wagyu and does experiments with it, like Lay's potato chip crusted Wagyu. And then he brings like his son and his nephew in to taste it. And he's like, what do you think I put in this? And it's an everyday thing. This dude uploads all the time. That's the YouTube my husband watches. He watches that. And every time he comes home, I'm like, I don't want to watch steak. I don't want to watch anybody eating weird steak today.
Okay, that's interesting. I was just going to recommend a furniture restoration channel, but that doesn't seem to be what he watches.
You can ask me a question without getting like this long answer.
No, that's okay. I was just going to make a recommendation because I see a lot of furniture restoration TikToks and YouTube because that's something that I'm interested in. I just don't always have the energy for it. Like I want to learn how to recane furniture because I find a lot of pieces that are like solid, like the actual wooden parts are solid, but the caning needs to be redone. So that's something I'm going to try to learn this summer. But yeah, I can see where there's lots of money in that. So is he gonna build a little workshop at your house if he decides to do that? Or does he already have one?
Yeah, we have a building in our backyard. It's not huge or anything, but yeah, he can, if he wanted to start today, he could do that. And then in the future, we don't plan on living in this house. This is like our starter home. We don't even have kids. We got 6 dogs, so
you have kids.
Yeah. And it already feels cramped because I have like a 3-bedroom house, but like it's my bedroom. Then I have one bed. I'm lucky. I'm really lucky to have this. I have, one room for my inventory and then one room for my office that I'm in here. And that's really it. So yeah, space. I think before we were to do anything with the furniture, he would probably have to build something a little bit bigger. Because whenever we had the antique store, you needed a lot of room. It was a huge warehouse that we had. I wish, I have footage. I just need to put it all together. I should have started a YouTube channel when we had the antique store, but I had no time. I really didn't have any time to do it, but it would have been so cool to take everyone from like the beginning. We made the walls, we made the sign. I mean, we had a lot. It was a family affair. I think there was 6 of us, 8 of us, something like that, working every day at the store. It was a lot of work.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, that sounds, you probably like putting all your effort and energy and time just to make the store run. To have any extra left over to try to like film and edit would probably just been turn those 15, 16-hour days to like 18, 20-hour days. And then what time are you going to have to sleep?
Yeah, it would have been too much.
All right. So about 2 years ago, you said during quarantine when we were chatting offline, you decided I'm going to go full in on YouTube. And then you also downloaded TikTok. Now I noticed there was a bump when your TikTok started going a little crazy in your YouTube channel. So talk to me a little bit about TikTok, because you've gone viral on there multiple times.
Yeah, I would love to do a video for people like how to be successful on TikTok, how to get views on YouTube on TikTok. But I feel like I really got lucky. Like, if I'm going to be honest with you, I really feel like I always, our friend Jess, Gorgeous, she's
Right.
on TikTok too. She does it with me too. And we always joked, like, I'm talking now, when I tell you this, I'm talking back when I had probably 5 or 10,000 followers on TikTok. I was like, all you have to say in your video is, I'm buying this to resell to make a profit. If you say those words, that anti-reseller community comes out. And I honestly feel like those are the people watching my videos.
They're hate watching you?
Exactly. All of my viral videos, the comment section is crazy, or most of them is crazy. And so, yeah, to be on TikTok, it's always a stupid video that goes viral. It's never anything. Just don't even put time. If I have to give advice to anybody making TikTok videos, don't put any effort into it. Don't plan it. Pick up the camera, film something stupid, especially at the thrift store. Those thrift store find videos, those do so well. But yeah, I had an instance on TikTok from the very beginning with the anti-reseller community. And I ended up having to turn my comments off, which I've never done. Like, okay, so I'm one of those people, like, I know the difference between like a hater and criticism, right? So, for me, I'm like, I'm not going to turn off my comments. I'm not going to block people or delete anyone's comments if they just disagree with me, right? Like, I'm never going to do that. But it got to a point early on in my TikTok where another big TikTok user, who I'm not going to say their name, but they shared my video, or what do they call it? They stitched it, edited it, one of those.
Right.
They did that to my video, and basically we're like, go after this girl. Which, thank you, because I mean,
thank you.
Well, quite a few things happened. Whenever someone big on TikTok sees you and shares that, one, I got over 3,000 comments in just a couple hours. I had to turn my comments off because people were sharing my address, sending me, I don't even know if I can say the word on here, but just sending me very hateful messages on Instagram, telling me all the things they were going to do to me. And I ended up having to turn my comments off of that TikTok video. But what that did was told TikTok, like, hey, this community must like her stuff. And so
they just kept feeding it to them.
I'm telling you. So I'm unfortunately on anti-reseller TikTok, but it has helped. I just hit 50,000 followers on TikTok this month, which I am
that's awesome.
So excited about. Like, I when I started TikTok, I started TikTok during quarantine. I didn't want to be on TikTok. But then when I realized, wait, this is like Vine, because I'm from where Vine was. And I loved Vine. And whenever it just got deleted, like randomly when we all woke up and were you on Vine? Were you on Vine?
I was on Vine, but I didn't do much on it because I didn't. It was 6 seconds. I can't be cute in 6 seconds. I don't know how to do that.
Well, I wanted to be on Vine super, super bad. I was going to have a whole niche. I was in the travel, like tourism business here on the coast. I don't want to get too personal in what I did, but I had a very specific niche that I just felt like this is going to just be a hit. It's going to be great. And then you wake up one morning and Vine's gone. It's deleted from everything. And everyone's like, oh my gosh. So whenever I finally downloaded TikTok during quarantine, like everyone else, I realized this is just like Vine. This is my time. I'm going to do this. And so I just started. I mean, if you look back, I think all I was doing was sharing like what I'm finding at thrift stores. And I share ridiculous videos over there too. I feel sorry for anybody that takes any of my videos seriously because we're just having fun on TikTok. I like TikTok because I feel like you can have a little bit more fun. You can say a little bit more over there. And yeah, it's just fun. TikTok has just been a really fun outlet for me. It's shorter videos, which I kind of appreciate shorter videos a little bit. Mine are usually like probably 15 to 20 seconds, but I really it's addicting. I like TikTok better than Reels. I'll say that.
I think everybody does, but I think that's just because the constraint is there. Hello, ma'am. Have you uploaded to YouTube any of your on the short shelf? Have you tried the shorts at all?
I have tried it. I want to say I have 2 shorts up, but I stopped for several reasons. The main reason being the majority of my reels have music on them, and I would steadily get all my shorts demonetized immediately because I had music on them. And then my average view duration went down significantly for having a short because it's 10 seconds. So, there was just, and then also I don't watch them. So I didn't really know what people, anyway, no, I've tried it. So I've tried shorts, but I've never, and I would say, did I have success with it? Maybe. Nothing went viral. Nothing. It was pretty average to my normal views that I get. I would say that.
I was just wondering because I've heard different variants of success, and it's normally if someone is specifically filming something for the YouTube short shelf, because then they make sure not to put any of the music in there, versus people who are just trying to upload, their TikToks, because why make more videos when you can just upload the one video in all the different places? It just time-wise makes way more sense. I was just wondering because you had a lot of success on TikTok, and you seem to also had a lot of success putting those in Reels as well. At least as far as your Reels go, have you seen an increase of your follower count on Instagram because you've been posting your Reels?
That is the only reason I'm growing on Instagram. Yes. I wish I had the exact numbers, but I did write it down. I need to go back in my planner. I think it'd be really interesting. Maybe I'll do a video on it. Probably won't. Okay, let's just talk about it here. So I think whenever Instagram rolled out Reels, okay, now by the time they rolled out Reels, I already had so many TikToks made and done. So when they rolled out Reels, I was uploading immediately. I think that helped me. Whenever they started Reels, I want to say I had about 8,000 followers. And I really don't post a lot of pictures. I don't post a lot of selfie, I don't post a ton of that. So if you look at my content on Instagram, the majority of it is my Reels. And I think I got lucky. I do get quite a few views on my Reels. I haven't had any go viral as far as over 1 million views. But I've had some definitely hit in the hundreds of thousands on Reels.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I think what it was, honestly, this is just, and I don't know, this, I could be totally incorrect, but I think why I'm so successful on Reels is I was just there first. As soon as Reels started, I had 15 videos up, I was using hashtag reseller, hashtag, reseller community, and it just, yeah. So I think I got lucky, kind of like on TikTok. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that feels like. I've posted reseller content. The only two things that have gone viral for me have been me posting about a POTS issue and then me posting a random uranium glass piece. And if you want to go viral, like she said, don't put any effort into it because the ones you put effort into, you don't get any views on. But the stuff that you're just like, I'm going to talk about this one thing. Why do you all like this one thing? I don't understand.
I know. Okay, so I sent you this. I sent you this TikTok. Okay, y'all. I just have fun on TikTok. If you've never been on my TikTok,
She does.
if you've never been on my TikTok, it's different. And a lot of my TikToks, you know, they may have some cussing or something, so I can't put them all on Instagram. But my favorite TikTok I've made, and it was just so fun to make, you know, the one where I'm like throwing the purse at the bins, acting like I'm fighting somebody. I had so much fun making that TikTok. I spent way too long making it because I wish someone was recording me making that TikTok. That would have been even funnier than the TikTok. But I spent so much time on that. I still watch it. I'm like, this is hilarious. What, 8,000 views, 9,000 views? Then I'll go up to a shirt in Goodwill. I'll be like, oh, look, this is a cat shirt, 100,000. And it's like, what? Like, it doesn't make sense. TikTok is just, it has its own mind. It has its own mind out there.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I think my favorite TikToks for yours are the ones where you talk about the heels, and then I just look at your comments section and they do not pass the vibe check. And it's just like, they're not her heels. She found them in the thrift store.
Leave it for the poor people. Leave those heels for the poor. I'm like, I don't think they want these 8-inch dirty clear heels. I don't think this would help anybody.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't understand that. I think, and I think I made a video about that. Like, I don't know if it's because one, I don't have a following on TikTok, or two, because literally my mindset whenever I go thrifting and doing reselling, because I don't use it as my primary income source, like I'm doing it to give life to items again, because I know a lot of the items in my area get smashed and trash. I know the Goodwill throws away the majority of their items here when they don't sell at the bins, or they get trashed if they don't sell like the first 4 weeks. So when I say, like, normally do my videos, if it's reselling content, I'm like, I saved something from the landfill. And I think that's why I don't get that. And maybe I should just be like, I'm going to make money off of this thing. So
yes. Like I said, you have to say, I'm buying this from the thrift store to resell for profit. Those words, and you got to do the text. That triggers people. And it's so insane. And it even triggers people when I say, here's what I didn't buy. Like, I'm not even buying this. Here's what I didn't buy and why. Like, oh, this is a cute shirt, but it was too much, or, you know, whatever. And I still get hate on that. And I'm like, I didn't even buy that, y'all. I left that behind.
I just don't understand. That's just so. I know what it is, though. It's actually like a classism thing, because they feel like poor people only shop at thrift stores, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I've been poor before. I did
Mm-hmm.
stop at the thrift store because I like the thrift store and you could find really cool stuff. But like, I did couponing when I was really poor because that's how you get a lot of stuff for really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just think that that's so weird. So also, because of you, I go out and actually actively try to find stripper heels, and I can't find them to save my life. I don't not know how down there in Mississippi and Alabama you come across so many used stripper heels, because I don't find any.
So we're just having fun down here on the coast. So, okay, I will tell you, one of our strip clubs, can I say that? One of our strip clubs shut down during quarantine. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I also live close, kind of, to Bourbon Street. So I don't know, maybe that could be why.
Doyle Warehouse. The thing is that I actually live by 2 strip joints, which is why I actively look for them and don't find them. I think it's because they're actually being purchased and used until they break and then they're thrown away. I don't think those get, but I'm not going across the street for or cross the bridge in Norfolk and Virginia Beach to go thrifting because there are even more resellers in those locations than there are where I already am at. So, oh, hi, Debbie. But yeah, I do look for them actively, and I find some that do have, 6 and 8 inch heels, but those are club shoes. They're not like that kind of club shoe. So
Yeah.
it's not the same thing. But I just think that that's amazing that you find them and are able to sell them so quickly.
It was an accident. I mean, I was just, okay, so I'm one of those resellers where like if I don't know what something is, I'm gonna look it up. Like I'm just gonna throw it in my cart and look it up. Anyway, I was just going through this shoe section, minding my own business, and I see them. I see like these big old clear, 8-inch platforms, and I'm like, oh man. And I'm like, just type in used stripper heels on eBay just to see. I'm just curious, because that's immediately in my head. I was like, that's what these are. And when I typed it in and I filtered it by sold, and I was just scrolling and scrolling, and I was like, no. And so
No.
I bought them, and every single pair I have listed has sold in less than a month for $50 or more. Every single pair.
That's interesting. And you say too, because I've heard that you said that that's actually what, by your vision, they're going to females. So do you think they're going to like baby strippers starting their career, or they're just starting pole dancing classes maybe?
Maybe.
They don't ever send you a message saying like, my heels are great, blah, blah, blah.
Never.
No?
Never.
Okay.
I sold one pair. Now, of course, I'm not going to give out any of my customers' information, but I did sell one pair to someone who has a following, and I keep checking, just to see like she gonna post it. I don't know. I obviously don't want to reach out and be like, I love your whatever, but it is funny. I don't creep on my customers, y'all. But like when you sell on certain platforms, you see their picture, and some people have an about me, and they also include links. And when people purchase clear heels and they have that, I'm interested. I'm kind of curious, like, who are you? Like, where are they going to? But no, I've never gotten a message. I've never had like feedback from them. So I'm not really sure. I couldn't tell you.
Have you ever gotten feedback in general of things that are not triple heels? Like, this is something my mom had and it got ruined or something. Have you ever gotten like a nice message from an eBay or a Poshmark seller or buyer?
Last week I sold, it was a Lego Dodge Charger. I don't know anything about Legos, so I'm probably going to butcher this. It was a puzzle, whatever it was, but it was a Dodge Charger. And I didn't know if it was complete because inside the box, one of the bags were open. And so I was like, now if you have a complete brand new set, it's like $100 you can resell that for. But I didn't. I was like, I don't know if everything's in this, and I'm definitely not going to take the time to like build it to see. So I just listed it for, I think, $60. And someone bought it and they left me feedback a week. You actually can see it on my Mercari. It's my longest feedback I've ever received. It's like a huge paragraph. And it's just someone that was really happy they were able to purchase it at such a discount. It was almost half off,
Right.
eBay prices. But he was like, yeah, I actually put it together and I think every piece is there. So I'm super excited. I've wanted this for a long time. I just couldn't afford it. So that was
awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay. Do you have a whole lot of repeat buyers on Poshmark and eBay?
I don't think I do. Like, just being honest, I do pay attention. I don't know if you do this, but whenever I'm printing out my shipping labels, I always look at who's it going to. I'm just curious, like, who's buying this swimsuit in December? Like, what y'all doing? Like I'm just kind of nosy like that. And so I always look at the name and the address, but I really don't. I really don't have a ton of like repeat customers. And maybe it's because, like I said, I don't really advertise anything I buy except on YouTube. I would say I have a couple people that watch my YouTube that buy from me, but people that don't watch my YouTube, no. All my like eBay and Poshmark sales seem to be super random.
That's interesting. When you do your packaging, do you do thank you cards at all or
Nope. Nope.
really?
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Look, I find that also very interesting. I know like Matt from Thrift to Life, who I had on here earlier this month, like he also doesn't do any of that. He just shoves it into like a poly mailer and
Yeah.
sends it on its way. He doesn't even do like the other baggie or anything like that. It's just bloop, bye, get out of my life. Are
Yep.
you the same way?
I am very similar. Okay, so I will tell you, shipping is my least favorite part of reselling. I'm very open about that. I'm not a fan of shipping. I don't ship every day. I know I'm a terrible reseller. Oh my gosh. I just don't like shipping. So for me, I'm not wrapping your item up. You're not getting tissue paper from me. You're not getting a ribbon from me. Unless the only time I do that, I should clarify. I, of course, do that if someone buys like a $200 handbag from me. Girl, you're going to get the tissue paper. You're going to get you a note. But the majority of my sales is like $25, $30. Nah, y'all going to get it folded up and on its way. And that's, I don't know. And just because it's just easier. If we're being honest, it's just easier.
See, that might be a difference too. I actually like shipping. I like folding things up and putting in my little inventory system, but I also can do that because I'm not, again, this is not me relying this on my full-time income. Like I don't actually have the time, but I'm taking the time to do that. And maybe that's why I've just asked because I do have a lot of repeat buyers that aren't people that watch any of my stuff. And I might be because I actually have a little card that I write thank you on and I put it in a little bag and then I have colored mailers and stuff.
You're a
Like,
good reseller.
no, I'm not a good I waste too much time that I don't need to be doing if I wanted to make more money. But I like the shipping because it's like, you are leaving my house. Goodbye. I don't want you in here anymore. And that's what, see, yeah, my favorite part is shipping. I also like the sourcing too, but like the
That's my
listing.
favorite. Oh, I could do this. I told Brandon, I was like, man, I wish I could just thrift every day and then just like come home and give you it and you could just like list it. Like I would never have to see it again. Cause I think a lot of us resellers are like that. Like we just like the thrifting, but we don't really want to deal with it. We're like, why is this in my house?
Please go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Goodbye. That's why I was so sad because, I've had really good success with the Real. And that was my favorite part. And that's like the best part to me is because I was making equivalent money through the Real, sending stuff that wasn't selling on my other platforms. And then I didn't have to do anything. So I was really sad when ThreadUp changed its stuff and then got so backed up because I was like, I want to do ThreadUp now, where I just send it to them and then I don't have to do anything. And now ThreadUp is not so much anymore. That was kind of disappointing. So thank you again for telling me that the t-shirt box was up, but I kind of inundated myself with product again. Are you going to buy any more besides the designer boxes?
I almost bought one this morning. This morning at like 7 a.m. It was early this morning. I was doing shipping is what I was doing. And I always keep the ThreadUp tab open on my computer for the rescue page. And because we're addicted.
I do the same thing at work. I have the same thing.
So, I was like, you know what, let me refresh it. And they had a ridiculous priced box. Oh my gosh. It was, and I was going to buy it. It was $150. I took a screenshot. Hold on. It was $150 for 5 rental retirees accessories. Okay. Now, if anyone hasn't seen, it's not May yet. We still have 3 days left of May. So they're also adding sales tax. So
yeah,
I was going to buy that box. I was going to buy it for my mom. My mom's a reseller and she doesn't ever buy ThreadUp boxes. She's bought one. I think she bought one shoebox one time just for fun. But I told her, I was like, for Mother's Day, I want to buy you a ThreadUp box.
Oh, that's so cute.
I was too late getting my card. By the time I got my card, they were like, and this was early too.
But I want to know who's buying those boxes because it's just, you know what I mean? Like that's a cute reason to buy the box. It's like a gift for your mom where she can make more money and it's something that she would enjoy because it's a mystery as well.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of us during the last year and a half were buying ThreadUp boxes because we didn't want to go outsourcing or we couldn't go outsourcing. And then like now that everything's opening up, ThreadUp is like increasing their price because they're like, oh, well, we've got a track record of this demand now. And except for the DIY designer boxes and like the handbag boxes, they're not selling within an hour anymore. They're not selling within 30 minutes anymore. And I think it's because a lot of people are leaving like a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I used to always buy the designer box when it was $90.
Yeah.
And I just recently purchased the 120 box. That 120 box was my least favorite versus
Yeah, I saw that
all the
video.
$90 boxes I've purchased. So yeah, I feel a certain, I'm still gonna purchase just because I do make a profit on them. And I also just don't find anything designer like where I live here in Mississippi. I will still purchase them, but I think the price is really ridiculous. ThreadUp, that's kind of crazy.
So Debbie is asking a question because which is very easy for you to answer because Alicia does buy the Goodwill Blue boxes
A lot.
a lot. She does it almost every Friday.
Yeah.
But have you been enjoying your return on those boxes versus when you were buying from ThreadUp?
Absolutely. So I actually, and okay, they send me, I will say, the Goodwill Blue boxes, they usually don't send me anything super crazy. Okay, I'm saying that, but they did just send me some Versace pants in a $10 mystery box. So you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say they send me like basic brand, but I have made my money back usually within a week off of every single Goodwill Blue box. Actually, my last one I just showed, oh my gosh, I picked up this dress out of this box and I was like, oh, this feels cheap. Like, what is this? And it had like a brand new, like $10 price tag on it. I was like, oh, this sold for $10. It's probably not going to sell, but it was gorgeous. It was just like a cheap, like polyester material. That's why I felt like it was cheap. But the dress itself was really pretty. It was a wrap dress. I sold that within 24 hours for $32.
Where? How?
Mercari. I guess I took good pictures. That's the only thing I can think. But it
That's
sold
interesting.
within, and then I had someone comment. The brand was Kiona. If anyone's heard, I've never heard of that brand, Kiona. But someone did comment on my video. They're like, "Hey, Kiona is kind of a good brand." But it had a $10, like the brand new tag, unless it was like a consignment store tag or something.
It might have been.
Yeah. So I've made great money, and it's such a low investment. It's like what, $15 with shipping included, and they usually get to you within a week. So I say anyone who wants a mystery box but you don't want to pay $120 for a mystery box, Goodwill Blue Box is the place. And also shopgoodwill.com, I've talked about their boxes. They are very similar. They have the $10 box, but I think it's $6 for shipping on shopgoodwill.com. And I've had great luck with their mystery boxes too.
That's interesting. So now do you think because they haven't been doing the mystery boxes for very long, have they? They've only been doing them this year?
Well, I actually bought one of the first ever. Okay, Victoria, super geeked.
Right.
We both bought a Goodwill Blue box in 2019. Okay. So they weren't popular. I'll tell you that they weren't popular, but we both did one and they were horrible. I don't think I even made my money back. Okay. So they did have them, I can say for sure, at least in 2019, because I bought one. I still have the unboxing on my channel too. And I think Victoria still has hers too. But it was not comparable to their boxes that they're sending today. So they've definitely gotten better.
So now do you think they're trying to build up their brand like the mystery boxes like ThreadUp did and then to raise the price later? Because that would suck.
That would suck. I hope not. I hope not. Because that would suck. Because they could, because they sell out. We all know if you're not on there, the moment those boxes go live, they're all sold out within 5 minutes. The good boxes, the Y2K box, within 30 seconds. I have tried to get a Y2K box for months. I'm not quick enough. I'm just not quick enough. I need to pay somebody. And also there were people using bots to buy them. Goodwill Blue
Yeah.
Box would come out and be like, you can only buy 1 or 2 or whatever the limit is per transaction or whatever it was, which that still didn't help me. I'm still not quick enough, but they're really popular. I hope they don't change. That I feel like they're like the only good resource for like a good, cheap mystery box right now.
Now, speaking of good, cheap mystery boxes, have you ever bought a reseller box from another reseller?
I haven't, but it's funny you say that. Okay, so I look at your Poshmark. I look at all my friends' Poshmark just to, like, I always go to y'all's like maybe once a week, and I scroll by like just it to see what everyone's, posting. And our friend Jess, Gorgeous, she just posted mystery boxes, and I thought about buying one from her just for fun. But no, I have never actually, I don't think I've ever purchased a mystery box from another reseller. The only thing I kind of did, me and Courtney from Common Tags, we did a box swap one time where I sent her a box of stuff.
Oh, now I got to go back and watch that because I love Courtney.
Yeah, she's fun. But that's the only, other than that, that's the only kind of like mystery box that I've ever done. I've been scared. I've been scared to buy a mystery box just because I feel like if I made a mystery box, it would be stuff that wouldn't sell for me, right? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just have really not had much interest except in our friend Gorgeous, her mystery boxes. That kind of intrigued me. She's doing vintage. I think it was a vintage mystery lot is what she has.
Right. I was going to say, Ashley, I saw that you were going to do though, because I watching your Instagram stories that you were doing them. Now, for me, I've thought about doing them a mystery box, not because it's not stuff I wouldn't sell. It's just because I'm part-time. I'm disabled. I don't have the ability to sell the volume that I have access to, especially this most recent estate sale. Like this estate sale lady, now that we've done this twice, she's going to keep calling me. And she's like, I've got 10 coming up in the next month. I can't, if I'm getting 80 to 150 pieces at a time, I can't list that much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to need to get to a point like if I want to keep buying, because of course the buying is the most fun part, I need to figure out some way to move bulk inventory. So Ashley, if you don't mind saying like, and then Alicia, I also want your input. Like, what do you guys think is a fair price, like piece for reseller box? Or like, actually, I want everybody in the chat to chime in because y'all are all resellers too. What do y'all think is a fair return on your investment? Like, if a reseller is going to sell a reselling box, like, what are you willing to pay for it? How many pieces are you expecting? Because that's my hang up is like, I want to meet and exceed people's expectation while still like not losing money on the box.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with, I guess, me offering a mystery box is because I don't pay a lot of money for my items. Like I show my prices in my Thrift With Me videos. I'm never paying $5 for anything. And I like, if I were to get a mystery box, even if I was paying $4 for something, I would feel like, oh man, I think I could find something maybe a little bit better. I don't know. I guess that's my mindset when I think about buying reseller boxes. But I think Ashley, doesn't she go to the bins and I have thought about that just because I like to thrift. I was like, it would be fun if I did. And I've thought about it. I don't think I'll ever do it because it seems like a lot of work. But if you went to the bins just to have fun and go thrifting, but didn't list any of it, you just made mystery boxes. That would be a fun way to like get that thrifting out of your system, but not having to put that much effort into like actually listing it. I can see how that would be really fun to do. That because you would do a lot more thrifting than listing.
Okay, I have a question for you though, Alicia. So like, you still buy the ThredUp boxes though, and it's more than $3 per piece.
Well, the designer. See, I don't.
Okay.
I don't ever find Prada. I don't ever find anything here. So for me, it's just fun to add just a couple higher end brands. But I would never buy like they have like the mixed box where I think it's like $6 a piece, something like that for like 25 pieces. What is it? It's like $3 or $4. it's something like that. I would never purchase like that. Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious and wondering about it. And Ashley, thank you very much for your feedback. I appreciate that. Actually, thank you everybody for your feedback. I was just wondering because again, I'm paying less than $1 per piece.
Right.
And this latest estate sale, I found like vintage Ralph Lauren camel hair pieces. I
Nice.
found vintage Burberry, which was wild. And this was after
$1
for less than $1, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
But well, it was after 3 days of an estate sale already happening. And she was like, I can't believe you found so much stuff. And like when I released the video, it's just because we all shop for different stuff. Like you go with Victoria and your other friend to the bins all the time and you all pick up different things. Like nobody can know everything and nobody wants to resell everything.
Yeah.
So I really think that I'm just so jealous of you and Victoria, by the way, all the time. I don't have any friends to go reselling with. Like I see other resellers out there, but I'm like, we don't shop for the same things. And I don't know how to make friends as an adult.
Okay. But do you know the story about how I met Victoria or how
it was Posh. It was Poshmark.
I reached out. I went to the Find People in Your Area and I looked for people that were selling at least like 100 items. Like I wanted them to be like, you know, like this is what they really like to do. And then if they shared their Instagram, whatever, I reached out. I straight up Instagram messaged them. I was like, hey, my name's Alicia. I live where you live. I found you on Poshmark. You want to get together? And that's the only reason I have reseller friends. That's the only. And then I have some from like when I used to work at the antique. We were kind of like the resellers to the resellers because we had to move. We had to move so much inventory. We were always doing estate sales, always bringing stuff in. So I do know some resellers from that. But yeah, I've reached out to everyone I know just because I work by myself. And as you can tell, I like to talk. So I can't like always be by myself. I love to go thrifting with other people. It's so much fun.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no. I just don't know how to approach other people. And I have severe social anxiety, which I'm sure doesn't necessarily come across when I'm doing this, but that's because I'm in a safe space in my own bubble and I'm not actually in front of you. But yeah, no, I appreciate that feedback. I have reached out to other people in DMs on Instagram because I'm like, I love your content. I want to talk to you as a person. And actually, I think the only reason I started following you is because you kept commenting on my videos. Like you commented once on an Hermes scarf that you found when you went to the bins. And I was like, oh, let me watch that video because that sounds neat. And then I was like, oh, let me watch some more videos. And then I don't know who reached out to me or if I reached out to you or what happened.
I was talking to Victoria the other day and I was like, I don't remember like how I found you, but I do remember watching you probably from the beginning. I just remember you used to film a lot in your car and you always had the same song at the end of your videos.
I do that still.
Yeah, exactly. And so for me, and I watch a lot of people while I'm working. I don't necessarily like sit there and watch, but I listen. And so the music, yeah, you just had a thing. Like you had me plugged in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when I worked at the other office and I had a lot more autonomy and freedom. Like work in my 9 to 5 has just gotten very difficult. And like I've taken the last 3 days of sick leave off because of that. And the owner of the business is very like, are you coming back tomorrow? Can you work from home today? It's very demanding, my 9 to 5. And so I haven't been able to do my like lunchtime thrifts every day because it's difficult for me to do that. But I love doing those videos. But that's okay. I don't remember how I found you. I'm just really glad I found you. And I think you're great. I think Victoria's great.
Thanks.
And I'm jealous of your friendship. Oh, Kiana, you also live in Virginia? What area of Virginia do you live in? Because then we might.
So bad I'm not looking at the chat. I should.
No, that's okay. I'm trying to be better about it because I realized when I was watching back Thrift of Life and Mine's Live, like I was just completely just here and not really paying attention to the chat, and he kept trying to like reel me back in, and I was like, I'm so sorry. But yeah, photographer in Hollywood who did photos for clients. Wow. See, Alicia, that's why I can't find any stripper heels, is because literally everybody else is buying them because of you.
Man, I hate to be known. I hate to be known, but I kind of love to be known as the chick who sells stripper heels.
Okay, so Kina, I keep feeling like I'm still saying your name wrong. So I'm near Virginia Tech. Oh, my brother went to Virginia Tech. By the way, I need...
Kina, I have a question for you, because I just found something super crazy, and someone just told me it's not super crazy because it's a Virginia Tech item. I found a shirt, Bob, at the thrift store. I'm in the men's section going through the t-shirts, and there was a shirt that said a phrase. If anyone's watched my TikTok, I don't want to say it. I don't know. I feel like, but it's like a weird phrase that Virginia Tech used to chant. And I posted that on TikTok, and I was like, who would put this on a t-shirt? And then everyone was like, no, that used to be Virginia Tech's chant. Do you know what I'm talking about, Kina? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea. My brother probably would know that off the top of his head.
I'll write it in the chat.
You'll write it in the chat because you know. Oh, hi-fi.
So they used to chant this over and over at their games, okay? And that's all the shirt said all over it. It said it multiple times. And I was like, who made this shirt? And then that's when someone told me on TikTok, that's Virginia Tech. And they had to remove that because obviously that's not...
Oh, now I'm really curious what it is. Oh, you did. You know what? I would have picked it up just because it's hilarious.
I thought about it. Well, I TikToked it for sure.
So I have a question. So for me, I feel the same way probably you do about LSU stuff with Virginia Tech stuff, just because I see it everywhere all the time, everywhere. Yeah. Have you thought about just picking it up in bulk and doing like the bleach tie-dye with it to make it more interesting and reselling it, or that's just too much time and effort for you?
You got it, girl. I ain't doing that. I don't bleach. I don't tie dye. I think it's awesome. I love to see it. I do. Anything. I don't even clean shoes. Like, let's be real here. Like, I sell dirty.
That's why she buys and sells the stripper heels, is because she knows she doesn't have to do anything with them.
Yes. So yeah, if I'm having to do anything, honestly, if I'm having to do really anything to the garment, like fixing it, or I'm just probably not going to do it. I think it's not. I've always wanted to buy one of those t-shirt boxes from ThredUp to like do that stuff too. But I know me. I know I'm not going to actually. That box will sit in my office for years and I'll never touch it. I know me. I'm the opposite of an arts and crafts person. Like I don't enjoy it personally.
You say that, Alicia, but like I only tie-dyed one piece and half of the rest of it went to making a rug. I've still more than doubled my money just selling the t-shirts. So you can still get one and not have to do anything with it. I
find so much Victoria's Secret stuff where I live, like so much. Like I can be really picky with it. And I find flawed items and I think, man, if I did that, if I could like tie-dye this shirt with the bling and everything like this way, or bleach it, like that would be so cool. And then I swipe it on by in the rack because I know I ain't going to do it.
Would that be something you give Brandon to try to figure out how to do?
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. He'd be like, no.
So what do you do when you find items that are too flawed? Like how flawed is too flawed for you? Because I know you sell flawed items and you don't care. And I've tried to become more that way, where I'm just like, I tried one time to wash you. I'm not doing it again. But like what point is flawed too flawed?
Yeah, I will pick up, I pick up flawed items I would say almost every thrift trip. I pick up something with flaws. And flaws to me are, will I wear it? Like if I saw this in the thrift store and it had like a hole right here in the sleeve, like a little bitty teeny hole, like would I wear that? Maybe I would. Or if there's something small, usually it's something small. Or for example, I saw, do I have them? I have them right here because I just photographed them. I bought these, for example, and I think a lot of people would pass these up because they're flawed, but I thought these were so cool. So these are a pair of buckle jeans. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to mispronounce whatever the name is because it's MEK denim. And it's from Buckle, but someone made them into jorts. Okay. So they're jeans. And you know they're jeans because they have the length and the waist measurement inside. So I knew someone DIY'd them. But I felt like this is actually an increase in value because I don't know about you. I pay attention a lot to what other people wear. I see so many guys wearing jorts, okay? These have been listed maybe not even 24 hours, and I already have watchers on eBay for them. And I list them for
interesting.
$40. Yeah, and I list them for $40. And so, yeah, for me, it's like, if it's like super if I have to do anything to it, it's a no. Okay, if I have to do a button, I don't sew. I will wash stuff. Like if there's a stain, that is probably my most frequent thing, like finding either like underarm, like pit stains or something, or just like random stains. I'm okay with stains. I'll wash stuff. But anything I have to DIY, cut, sew, any of that, no. I don't do that.
Do you give it to Victoria then to help you with, or no?
If I gave it to Victoria, she would just give it to ThreadUp. She don't want to do it. Well, Victoria will fix stuff. I don't want to talk for Victoria, but okay. I think Victoria will fix stuff if it's like vintage and worth a lot of money. I think she would. Because I actually bought something at the thrift store that it needed a button sewn on it, and it was new at tags, so it had the button there. And she was like, "Yeah, I'll sew it for you." So she can do it, but I think Victoria likes those higher price sales. So she probably would only do it if it was worth a lot of money. And for me, even if it's worth a lot of money, I probably still wouldn't do it.
Have you found those heels you were looking for, the nude heels with the red bottoms, right? Is that what you were looking for with the DIY designer? I remember when we first did that box together.
I always say I'm going to manifest it. Like I'm manifesting a pair to come to me, and I feel like that's the way they're going to come to me because I don't find that stuff in my thrift stores. It hasn't happened yet, but there's still time. But it will happen in the near future. I was so jealous. Our friend Jess got a pair of red bottoms. That box was supposed to be mine. That box was. I don't know what size they were, but they were flats. I want a heel. I don't really wear flats. But I would keep it. If it's mine, if it's my size, I'm definitely keeping it. I don't want to pay for it, though. You know, I'm a thrifter. I don't want to pay for it.
I thought about doing a video about, so I have a bunch of leather shoes. I have a bunch of historical footwear with leather bottoms that I do and I have this film that I put on the bottom of them to protect them so it lasts longer. But I noticed a lot of people who have Louis Vuitton, the Christian Louis Vuittons with the red bottoms, they also do the same thing. I thought about making a video about that because I don't know how to protect your leather shoes. The videos that I keep getting views on are ones where it's a how-to video. So for you, for your back catalog, what do you see people watching again or like continuing to watch? Like you get your new videos that release and people watch those. But the ones that keep getting views are all me doing the bread and butter breakdowns, or this is how I ship mugs, because of course I ship a crap ton of mugs. And those are the videos that keep getting views. Like, what are your videos that continue to get views?
Most of my travel videos, whenever I think if you go to my YouTube channel and you go to like most popular, my most popular video to date is so stupid. It's a story time video of my worst haircut ever, and it was a horrible haircut. And I included
that thumbnail is pretty rough.
It Well, it's not clickbait. It's not clickbait. That was a haircut I received. That has been my most popular video. That has nothing to do with my channel. I am not a beauty channel. I will never be a beauty channel. I never talk about my hair on my channel. But that video did very well, probably because of the thumbnail. Okay, it did very well. And then, yeah, my travel videos. I did an unboxing of a laptop one time, and that did, for my channel, it did very well. I had like 30,000 views or something stupid. And it was just me like, this is my laptop. This is me turning it on. That's it. Like, so my thrifting videos are not my most popular videos, but you know, I'm just over here trying to have fun and I like to make them. So yeah, but definitely my travel videos are, and also they've been on my channel longer. So there's that too. So
they just keep building views as you keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. How, oh, sorry. So you sell mostly women's clothing, right?
Well, I don't know my percentage of men's that I sell. If I had to guesstimate, I probably sell like 85% women, maybe like 15% men. I do like to go in the men's section. I do like to find, what do I like? I like Adidas. I like to pick up Columbia a lot. I like to pick up Tommy Bahama a lot. But that's also stuff I find. I live here on the coast, so I find a ton of silk in the men's, a ton of just really breathable, nice Columbia pieces with a lot of venting. So I do like to pick that up, but I definitely know more about women's, I would say, than men's.
So is that why you pick it up? I noticed that you've started to stray away from picking up some kid stuff and not as much maternity as you used to. Is it just because you're not finding as much, or it's just not getting enough return on your time?
Well, it's because actually my Goodwill changed their prices. I used to get maternity and kids for 50 cents at my Goodwill.
Wow.
Okay. And so it worked out for me because I would buy so much maternity and I would do my 2 for $25 sale. And I sold everything in that because I would only have $1 invested in 2 pieces. I would sell it for $18 plus shipping and I would make $13 profit just consistently. And I just kept doing that over and over. But then my Goodwill, they took off. We used to have a 50-cent tag and it was always on the maternity items. And they took away our 50-cent tag. So I'm not paying $3-4 for it just because I was always just selling them cheap. I was always, the only maternity that I haven't sold super cheap was, I think I sold a pair of Citizens of Humanity maternity jeans. Those sold for $30. Those did pretty well. And there's some nice brands that I've never found. I know Hatch. There's a brand named Hatch.
Mm-hmm.
I look for that every time I go to the thrift store. I go to the maternity section, never find it. Everyone here wears motherhood maternity in Target. That is all people where I live are wearing. That's all I find.
Yeah, Doyle, I've tried to find underwear because of Alicia too, like bras, and I can't. They don't exist in this area. They're just some nasty drawers and
Crusty.
some busted. There's some busted bras. That's all that's in the thrift store. So just one cup is just smushed to all get out. The straps are all wonky. It's not happening here. I try to find some stuff that Alicia finds. It just doesn't happen for me. And I know that that's probably the same thing where I find stuff where I am that other people don't find at all. And that's just, I swear I sell other stuff besides just ceramics and glass. Yeah.
Well, I have luck in my intimate section at my thrift store, but I went to New Orleans with Victoria a couple weeks ago to go thrifting. And it was so bare. And also the prices were more. My intimate section, I usually pay $1.25 for a bra, at my Goodwill. And I go over to New Orleans and they're it was scarce. It was almost empty. So I guess it just depends on your location. I always find stripper heels. I don't know if anyone else has a surplus of that.
I think it's just like anything. There are a lot more brands in women's than there are in
Hmm.
men's that are good to sell for. But I like selling men's more than I like selling women's clothes, which is weird because you would think me being a lady, I would be more interested in women's clothes, and I am, but the men's is just easier. You don't have to do as much sizing. I don't have the returns issue. The brands are just super easy. And then here, the competition is a lot less. Like, you're what I, so I have a lot of pile high ladies in my area where like their cart is full every time they go. Like they go and I talk to the thrift store workers and they're like, yeah, she comes in here once every 2 weeks. Or like blah 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 comes in here once a week. They fill their cart and it's all dresses and pants and like jackets. So the ones that you're going to have the highest return on your money, and they fill their cart and then they come back once a week or once every 2 weeks, and that's what they do. So I don't hardly ever find anything in the women's section, which is why I don't normally bother going there. Plus, I can't do all day thrifting. Like Alicia, you doing 8, 9 hour thrifting multiple stores. I just physically can't do that. But I just feel like it's amazing that you can do that.
That's like thrifting is just fun for me. Like I literally could just thrift all day, and I wish I could go more. Like I wish, like I said, I wish I could thrift and just bring it home and like tell my husband, list this. Like I want to see it again, you know? Yeah, that's the most. Me and Victoria, we get up early, we go thrifting all day, and then our husbands are calling us like, "Where are y'all at? Where y'all at? Come on, where y'all at? You almost home? What's for dinner?" You know?
They're like, I don't know. What are you making us when we get
Yeah,
back?
yeah.
So I know in the latest video that you did, you say you maybe go thrifting once a week. Is that just because you normally have to travel to go to your thrift stores? Is that why?
No, it's just because like I have other stuff going on. You know, I'm taking care of the house. I'm trying to list all this crap I'm buying. Like, okay, for example, I just went to a bag sale this weekend. I got 50 things for 20 bucks. Okay. And I just don't need to go thrifting because I have so much to list now. And then I have to record the YouTube haul. Then I have to make sure the dogs get taken care of. And then like by the time I'll do all that, it's like 4 p.m. and like Brandon's home and the day's gone, you know? So I wish like I had more time, and I probably could, but I think if I went thrifting more, I wouldn't list. Like just being honest.
Oh,
I feel like if
okay.
I went thrifting, it would just pile, 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 and I wouldn't get anything done.
So you kind of like limit yourself in that way just so that
I
way you can
have
list
to.
it.
Yeah, I have to. Because I've had an outrageous death pile, and I never want to get there again. Never.
Oh, I have an outrageous thought. I think for April, I'm wait, it is April.
Yeah, we're almost in May now.
I think I'm gonna do a buying embargo where I don't go thrifting. If I go to do the estate sale stuff, I'll probably still do the estate pickups, but I need to, I think for May, just cut myself off because it's getting ridiculous again.
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
finished my last death pal whenever we did our listing challenge and we all like made up our own number. I pretty much took out my death pile in that, and it has been so nice just because it really just stressed me out, like walking into my office and like seeing it all sitting there, but like it was just stuff I didn't want to list, and I was like, we go to the thrift store because I can find better stuff, and you
Yeah.
know, and but once you get rid of that pile and you're like, I only see 20 pieces here. Like once I list these, I am free. I can, girl, you can go out, and I treat myself, y'all. It's like an all day affair. Like I'm getting up early, I'm putting my hair and makeup on, I'm getting a cute outfit on. I'm gonna go get me a coffee. We're gonna get some Chinese food for lunch or dinner, lunch. Cause y'all, I don't really eat lunch. I don't. Leave in the comments. If you do all day thrifting, do you eat lunch or do you skip it? When I'm with Victoria or any of my other friends, I usually eat lunch because everyone's like starving when you're in like a group of people, you know? But when I'm by myself, I don't stop. Like, I mean, I got my water bottle and I go and I just, and it's just, yeah, it's an all day affair.
That's amazing. Yeah. So your husband was with you last couple times. Are you normally thrifting with somebody, or do you ever just go by yourself?
I go by myself a lot. I
So
would
how
say
are you getting those photographs? Are you just asking someone to take pictures of you while you're in the store?
with
Or?
my buggy.
Yeah.
Okay, I wish I had a personal photographer with me all the time to be like, take a buggy pic, take a buggy pic. But no, usually whenever I have like a buggy pic, it's whenever I went with my friends.
Okay.
I've thought about, okay, one thing you got to know about me, Bob. I know you haven't met me in person. I'm not shy, as I'm sure everyone is aware of. I'm not shy. I don't get embarrassed, and I definitely have thought about bringing my tripod to take pictures of myself, because I've asked the Goodwill employees to take pictures of me, but I'm one of those people like, let's get some angles. Like let you know,
I want options.
right, exactly. And so they're like, oh my God, here, like click, done. And I'm like, no, I'm not done. Let me do this hand. No, let me do this, you know? And so I've definitely thought about taking a tripod, and I definitely know I'm gonna be like, if I do that, I'm gonna get a lot of eye rolls. And but so I can't do it with my husband. He'll leave. He'll walk out. Brandon gets so embarrassed. I cannot even. Okay, so like my last video from yesterday, I have a picture of me with the buggy. Y'all, he took that picture. Brandon hardly ever takes pictures of me in the thrift stores. It's usually Victoria. Usually Victoria takes all my pictures, but Brandon was like looking around, like, hurry up, hurry up. But it would be nice. I wish I had a personal photographer to take my buggy pics, but we all can dream, you know.
Yeah, no, I've been trying. Like, the thing is that most of the pictures of me are either me taking an advanced selfie or like the boy helping me. And the pictures that I have that I've posted on my Instagram are normally like 1 out of 40 pictures that he's taken me of me, because he doesn't tell me he's taking. He'll just keep pressing the buttons as I'm like talking to him. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I've been taking pictures the whole time. What are you talking about? I'm like, you got to tell me what to do, or if it looks good, or if I'm in the wrong light. He's like, I don't know how to do that. You just told
They
me to take
don't.
pictures.
They, you can't get your husband. My husband is still on his way to being a husband of Instagram, because this is what my husband does. So your partner's over there like taking a billion of you. This is my husband. He'll look at it and he'll be like, it's not clear. And I'll be standing there like posing, looking like an idiot for like 25 seconds. I'm like, how many pictures did you get? He's like, wait, I didn't get one yet. And I'm like, what have I been doing? So like he's like a perfectionist, right? He's like, let me see if these settings, and he'll be holding it, and I'm thinking he's taking it. I got no pictures. I ain't got any. So I think at the bag sale he took like 4. I had 4 to choose from. So I guess it was better than 0 though, because usually when I'm by myself I got 0. So I take it.
Okay. So maybe they just need to get together, and between the two of them, they can figure out how to take good Instagram
Yes.
pictures.
Yes.
It's just, that's so funny. No, I love that so much. And that's why also I'm jealous that you and Victoria get to go thrifting together, is because y'all can each take cute pictures of each other. And I
Yeah.
need that. Or like, I wonder, can you hire somebody on Fiverr to come take pictures of you? Like, I just need someone to come, like, meet me at this location for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or call an Uber. Like, I just want you to take my photo.
Yeah, instead of driving me, I'll pay your fare for like 5 minutes down the road, but like, can you just like, instead of driving me, just take this picture?
That would be absolutely amazing.
I bet you you could hire out somebody. I bet you if you slipped a 5 to someone at the Goodwill, maybe they'd sit there for a second and try, hopefully.
Have you ever tried just to get, like, instead of a Goodwill employee, who I'm sure doesn't want to be there, try to get another, like, thrift store person to take a picture of you?
Oh, like a customer?
Yeah.
No. And oh gosh, let me tell you. Okay, first off, I don't dress like a Goodwill employee. I usually have like heels on and jeans on and like all this stuff. I cannot tell you how many times I get mistaken for a Goodwill employee, probably because like I look like I'm working because I'm like, like digging through stuff and stuff. But I always get, in my Goodwills, I'll be honest with you, they're really not packed. Like one Goodwill I go to, if anyone is on the Gulf Coast, it's the Pascagoula location in Mississippi. And I'm telling you, I can spend all day there. There will be me and 2 other people that walk in that store, like
Wow.
all day. And it's the same ladies. It's the same ladies that come in so my Goodwills, I always feel like they're empty. Like, I don't know. That's how it always feels like to me.
Okay, I guess that's why I was wondering, because mine are always full. It doesn't matter what time of day, there's always a ton of people there. It doesn't matter if you come in the middle of the day, the end of the day, on a Monday, on a Sunday, they're full of people. And then there's
They're open on Sundays, huh?
some of them are open on Sundays, yes.
Nice.
Some of them, all of them used to be open on Sundays, but because of COVID, like out of all the days they cut that day.
Yeah.
But a couple of them have started opening up again on Sunday. Yeah, I don't know.
I live in the Bible Belt, so nothing's open here on Sunday. So
Really?
Yeah, so I would love to take Sundays to go thrifting. I think there's one thrift store near me that is open, like an America's thrift store, which I have the worst luck in. Every time I go there, I have the worst luck. But yeah, other than that, all the Goodwills are shut down. All the little mom and pop stores are all shut down on Sundays. Mm-hmm.
So do the estate sales still run through Sunday? Because I know some of them here, it's like Thursday through Sunday, and some of them will be like Saturday to Monday. Are there still estate sales on Sundays and yard sales you can go to on Sundays?
I have noticed, so I do most of my estate sales in Mobile, and I've noticed they used to end Saturday at 1 p.m. That's when they used to always end. But I've noticed now quite a few of them are going till Sunday now. And I'm not really sure if they just see the need for it, maybe, if that's why. But that is a recent thing that I have seen as estate sale companies that weren't doing it. Like when I was working with them, Saturday at 1, we had, we could take everything from the estate sale. But yeah, now I'm seeing it's like 1 o'clock or noon on Sunday, which is cool because I feel like a lot of people are off on Sunday. So it's pretty convenient.
Well, that's something else I wanted to ask about from you. Like, I talked to you about making my estate sale connection with clothing. Have you thought about doing that with clothing for your business?
Nope, because, okay, I should say yes and no, because I have. Here's the deal with the clothing here. If I want it, I can have it, but I got to take it all. And the estate sales that I go to aren't like a normal house. All the estate sales I go to in Mobile and Fairhope, Alabama, they're almost always mansions. They're almost always 6 bedrooms and up, 2 levels, several bedrooms, several closets. I have had offers of you just come in and take it. Like after you just come in and take it all, but you got to take it all. And that's and I don't want that. I personally, I would rather just pick and pay than have to take it all, because I have taken it all. When I did the estate sale liquidations with the antique store, we took all the clothing, and I know it's in a lot of that clothing, and a lot of it is not stuff you want to resell. It's stuff going straight to the thrift store, like as soon as you pick it up. So for me, it just seems like a lot of work.
That's interesting, though, that a lot of that would go to the thrift store because of the fact that if you're in the high dollar area, like if you're in a 6-bedroom house, you would think they would have good stuff. At least the ones that the 2 that I've gotten to do so far, but it was an opportunity to where I didn't have to take everything. It was like, come in, give me what you think's a fair price, pick what you want. And like, I'm still leaving a ton behind because I can't handle the volume either.
It's a lot. The guy I work with, he has the guy I used to always work with when we did the estate sales. And he's one of the most known estate sale in Mobile, but I will tell, he will pick. He'll go in weeks before the estate sale and he'll pick. He knows what he's looking for and he'll set a few like really good pieces. Like he'll take all the designer. He'll take all the purses, all the stuff you really want, right? He'll take it. And he has his own store where if it doesn't sell for his price at the estate sale, he takes it to his store. So the stuff I'm left with is all stuff from like Dillard's in the 80s. Okay. Like Cloft and Borrow, Apartment 9, Kohl's, like crap everywhere. Like like
crap everywhere as far as you can see.
Yeah, and so because I did take all that from the estate sales, it was very, very common for us to have 8 garbage bags just full of stuff that we did not want anything to do with. And so I feel like if I were to do that again, I think I could make more money just going to the thrift store by myself and picking.
Doyle, there's no more Kmarts anymore. They don't exist. Well, see, that's the thing for me. Like, I would have thought that they would be doing that, but they weren't. So, like I said, I found vintage Burberry, and then I have a Dooney and Burke with their dust bag that was still at the estate sale. I'm like, why? Why would you leave this?
Yeah.
At all? And I mean, even on a half day, like, you know, the prices get consistently lower for the estate sales that are in my area, where it's like full price the first day, you know, half price the second day, and then like give me your price on the last day.
Yeah.
Like, why would you just leave that?
I know.
So
it's amazing what people leave behind.
I don't know. I was just wondering.
Okay, I'll tell you my best sale ever, because I've been asked that before, and it always surprises people. My best sale ever, I made over $4,000, okay? It was a pool table, okay? Now, if you've never disassembled and assembled a pool table, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. But
no, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. But if you and your family get together and you go to these estate sales, the pool tables are always never purchased. I always had, or not me, but my family always had to disassemble them, bring them to the store, assemble them again. But they are so much money. They are worth so much money. I have sold so many pool tables for thousands of dollars at these estate sales. But you just got to know what you're doing. But if you know what you're doing, that is some good money. That's like a weekend, like quick project to make $4,000.
Yeah, no, that's what. So my partner, he used to play pool for money a long time ago, and I mentioned it briefly in the video I did when the last estate sale that we went to together, and I was like, he missed out on us picking something up. And I should have just given him money for it so he could have bought it right away. And he didn't, because some old guy was like trying to dicker down the estate sale people to pay for it at half price or to make him a deal. It was a pool stick. It was a vintage pool stick with a case. The case itself was worth like $200 or $300. The pool stick was worth like $2,000. And he was like, I was kicking myself because I was like, I put it with my stuff because the old guy walked away because he was like, oh, well, I live just down the street, so call me whenever. And I guess he saw it on his way out because I was making a pile of stuff.
Yeah.
And he pulled it out of my pile of stuff, which, by the way, is rude.
Very.
And second of all, like he bought it for what they were asking for. They were only asking $20 for the case and $20 for the pool stick.
Man.
And I was like, you should have, because he didn't have his wallet with him that time, so he didn't buy it right away. And I was like, if you'd have just asked me for money, I would have given you the money. I didn't know what it was worth. I just thought you wanted another pool stick because you like pool.
Yeah.
And then he was like, this is the stick. And I was like, why didn't you ask me for money? I would have given you the money.
That happened. We needed to make that happen.
But yeah, so I know pool stuff is worth money because he tells me.
Much money, yes.
And I don't think the pool table was for sale though. So like, I don't think the pool table was for sale because I think it was being conveyed with the house because the house had sold. And then like there was a whole rack of pool sticks that were also not for sale, which were also in the $400 to $2,000 range too.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I feel you there with the pool tables. I know they're worth money, but they're
Yeah.
also a lot of work.
Yes. If you know what you're looking for, I really don't know what I'm looking for, but like we just had so much stuff come in the store that you just learn that, oh, that this is worth a lot of money. Yeah, the pool that always surprised me.
Yeah, no, he only wants to resell stuff like if he could make a couple $100. If it's not more than a couple $100, he doesn't want to deal with it at all. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You can do that. I'll do everything else.
That is so similar to me and my husband, because I sell, I'm like, oh, look at this cute shirt. I can sell it for $20. And that gets me excited just because I really like to sell clothing. I just really enjoy it. And my husband's like, talk to me when it's 200, Alicia. Okay. And I'm like, dang. But he's just so used to selling like higher ticket, items.
Yeah. But they don't move as fast, do they?
Oh, ours did. Okay, so
she's like, but wait, no, we were good.
It was, we had a business going on. Like I said, we were like the resellers to the resellers, because all the resellers knew Monday morning that everyone was waiting outside. I wish I would have done YouTube back then, because it would have been like our store. It was called Funky Junk. It was our store name.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and our store would have been a destination for resellers, because Monday morning, all the thrift store owners and all the people from the flea market, everybody came by. And we would have the store set up, and then we would have the back area. We had 2 warehouses. We had our main warehouse where our store was, and then in the back, we had our warehouse of things we have not gone through, furniture pieces that just need to be bid on. And we moved 2 warehouses a week. We emptied them out each time.
Wow.
But we sold them. A lot of our stuff was selling to resellers. So we weren't making as much, but we moved everything. Whenever COVID hit, the resellers came by to see what we had left, but we weren't doing estate sales anymore. I say we, like I was running it, but my husband, when he was there, and they ended up literally selling every piece in the store, and the store was completely empty. I think by like June or July last year, they had come in and just wiped everything out. So
wow.
I guess if you have a business that's like, people just needed people to buy stuff from here, I guess.
Right.
And people here aren't doing furniture, and we did a lot of furniture. We did a lot of mid-century furniture, a lot of antiques. Yeah, we were just offering a service I don't think a lot of people in our area were offering for the prices we were selling things at. We sold it to the resellers. So like everyone got a deal. We got a deal and they got a deal.
That's awesome though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we're going to wrap up, because I feel like I've kept you for a while, and also I'm getting tired. I need a nap. But does anybody have any questions, or do you have any questions for me? Anything that you want to know?
I want to say hey to some people in the chat real quick, because I feel like I'm completely okay, because I see people that I see. Okay, Chris, Cajun Reseller, what's up? Doyle Warehouse, I see you. Super Geeked, what's up? I saw oh gosh, there's been some chatting going. I'm having to scroll on up. Ashley was here. Hey Ashley, Debbie. Okay, I'm getting to the top. I just want to say hey to y'all. I'm not ignoring you. I'm gonna watch this probably as soon as you post it, and like go back on the chat and see, because I have been so out of the chat. Okay, what do I want to ask Carol and Bob? Let's see. If you were to get another animal, this ain't reselling related, because I'm like, if you had to get another animal, what would you get? It can't be the same animal you already own. Breed, anything. What would you get?
It's like we already just got a puppy. I've always wanted a hedgehog.
Okay.
But they're expensive for their lifespan. They're like $250 to $300, and they live 2.5 years. So you're paying like $50 per 6 months.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I haven't gotten one, is because they're too expensive.
Have you ever been to a hedgehog cafe?
No. So that's the thing that really sucks. So when we went to Japan, like I wanted to go do thrifting in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Did you
and
have a
I
hard time finding thrift stores in Japan?
no, because I had a road map from Pretty Pastel Please. So she's a haul YouTuber. She's an Australian haul YouTuber, and she actually made like a thrifting guide for Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
But when we went to Japan, we were going to spend like 3 days in Tokyo because we had spent like the majority of the time in Kyoto because that's where my grandmother was from, and I wanted to visit all the places that my grandmother grew up in. And so we went to Tokyo, and we came there during the one time where they had the biggest typhoon they have ever experienced, and then there was an earthquake during the typhoon.
Yikes.
So we didn't do anything when we were there except try not to die.
That sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I went by your friend's guide, but I definitely, even though I wasn't really like reselling clothes on my own back then, I just always have liked thrifting. So I didn't go to a lot, maybe 2 or 3 thrift stores while I was in Japan. But the thrift prices it was like $30 and up was their like thrift store, like their secondhand stuff.
Yeah.
It was so ungodly. It wasn't like what I was thinking. Like I was thinking, oh, I'm going to go in. It's going to be secondhand from all these fast fashion stores, and it's going to be like $10. No, it was only nice stuff. They were only reselling like the girls, like this is like what, Forever 21. They did not have Forever 21 in that store. It was like cool, like leather jackets and like things like that. But it wasn't like cheap. So I didn't end up buying anything at any of the thrift stores I went to. I just bought everything new.
Like when we went to Osaka, I found a thrift store there, and I got my favorite pair of shorts for like 200 yen. So it was like $2.
Dang,
So,
nice.
but the chain that she was talking about, so she had a mixture of like thrift stores you were talking about, where they're more like consignment or buy sell trade stores and those kind of prices, versus there's a specific chain in Japan that does things by fruits. Have you seen that before?
Mm-mm.
So what they do, you know how some Goodwills have a color tag, and like
Okay.
that color tag goes on sale? So
Mm-hmm.
they have like a 10 fruit system.
Okay.
It sounds weird. So like it starts out as soon as it comes in and gets processed, it gets its fruit. And then every week the fruit price changes.
Okay.
So you can get stuff for 100 yen on the last week of that fruit. And then it starts over again.
That's what I was looking for. That's the kind of thrift store I wanted to go to.
Yeah, so she had that map of like where you can do that. I know you also love Japan and you'll probably also go back, but I'll send you her stuff because she has a whole series about thrifting as well.
Yeah.
And like she's found a lot of stuff that she found like a $3,000 finished glass piece that she originally wanted to DIY and paint. And then everybody in the comment section was like losing their mind. They're like, why would you do that? So yeah, no, she's a really cool creator. Doyle asked if you had someone to play you in a movie about yourself, who would it be?
Okay, I'm gonna say this person just because everyone says I look like her, but I don't. It's just the hair. Avril and the height. We're the same height. Avril Lavigne.
I didn't realize Avril Lavigne was that short.
She is, I think, 4'11".
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
That's interesting.
That's who I would pick, just because she has long brown hair. Yeah, we have similar features, so that's who I would pick.
I would want Mila Jovovich.
And who is that?
The Resident Evil girl. Have you ever seen?
Did she have black hair?
No. Have you ever seen The Fifth Element?
I have. Listen, okay, let me tell you. I've seen all of them, but I don't enjoy those movies. So it's like, I've seen all the Marvel movies, all the Superman movies. Don't ask me anything about them. I don't know anything.
It would be Mila Jovovich.
I'm gonna have to look her up.
Yeah, I would like her to play. She's a little bit older than me, and she's, I think, a little bit shorter than me, but I like her. If you haven't seen The Fifth Element, go watch it now. It has Bruce Willis in it, and Chris Tucker, and Mila Jovovich. I got that a lot when I was younger, that I look like Mila Jovovich, or I look like Cameron Diaz, and I didn't see that at all either. I don't know.
It's weird when people say you look like, you know.
Yeah, but I do that too to other people too.
Do you?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, Matt with the Life, I was like, he reminds me a lot of Topher Grace, but that's just because of his way of speaking, in addition to the way he looks.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite superhero? This is interesting. We're not asking reseller questions. It's apparently just gonna do full 20 questions.
That's cool. Did you say full 20 questions? It sounds like you said
no.
20 questions.
We're gonna play 20 questions. I might have said 420 and not meant to say that.
You maybe didn't. I just thought that was funny. Who was your? I don't really have a favorite. Okay, no, maybe I'm lying because I'm super basic apparently, and I like that. Okay, I like the Joker and his girlfriend that's in the Birds of Prey, and I just, so whoever she is, that's
Harlequin.
Yes, this is how much I know about this, y'all. Okay, but yeah, I would be her just because I like her toxic relationship with the Joker. That sounds so bad when you say it out loud, but I do enjoy out of all
so you want Joker, Harlequin. You don't want Poison Ivy Harlequin.
Yeah. Like I liked the Joker movie where she was in it. That's like the only movie where it's like, if my husband was giving me a choice, like, which one do you want to watch? It's always going to be that one. That's the one. But I wouldn't say I'm like obsessed or anything like that. But if I had to pick her, it's probably sounds so basic too. I feel like everyone says that probably.
My favorite superhero is actually in a lot of my videos. I like The Crow, which is by creation by James O'Barr, and it's a signed print of his. Whenever I have videos with the steamer, it's down there in the bottom. But that's because, like, so I like Green Lantern if we're doing DC, and I like The Crow because in both of those they can be anybody. Like the Ring chooses its owner, and for James O'Barr, The Crow, it is, you know, whoever needs to enact revenge. So they have male crows, they have female crows. You weren't expecting that answer. Yeah, that was tragic about Brandon Lee. But yeah, those are my normally two picks depending on where I feel I'm at.
Have you ever done cosplay? Have you ever got into that?
I was going to. That requires a lot of energy and time, which I don't really have a whole lot of. But I did go as the Crow for Halloween one time because it just requires a lot of leather and duct tape.
And you had that.
I had that at the time, yes.
I would do, maybe I'll change my answer because she's not really a superhero, Bulma from Dragon Ball Z.
Really?
Like, yeah. So no one probably knows this on my channel. My husband is obsessed. When I say obsessed, I mean obsessed with Dragon Ball. My bedroom, one wall is all of his like figures, whatever the proper word is I'm supposed to be using for that. And I don't get into it. I'm not a fan of it. But at these events where they have like these girls dressed up, I told Brandon, I said, I would do that. Like I would be Bulma, or no, Android. The girl who I like how she looks is the Android 22 or Android, the purple one, I think. I like how she looks. I think that would be a fun one to get like a wig and do all the crazy makeup. And I think that would be fun. So maybe I'll change my answer to the Android 21, 22, whoever she is.
Yeah,
The evil one.
the evil one. Yeah, that's awesome. That would be cute. I think you would like the attention too. I did cosplay once as Poison Ivy, and I did cosplay once as Sailor Moon. I did not like the attention at all.
People
I
would like
don't
come
like,
up to you to get pictures and stuff.
yeah, people asking to take your picture. I'm like, I don't, I know this is probably going to happen, but I don't think my stuff is cool enough for someone to want to take my picture, but sure. And I'm just there, like super awkward. So like, does Brandon, so is he like Rally Roots level of Dragon Ball Z love? I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Well, I don't really watch Valley Roots anymore, so I'm not sure what Ryan's level of fanatic is,
They
really.
both are. It's
Okay.
not just him.
It's his wife, too. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Let me put it to you like this, Bob. My husband likes it so much that we actually had to plan our last trip to Japan for whenever the new Dragon Ball movie came out, whatever that one was over there, because there was a lot of events going on. It's so stupid. We
No.
we I need to get this footage on YouTube. I filmed so much. I have not filmed. I never put up any footage from like I went to Japan for a month one time, and this was during that month. And I think we spent 3 days doing Dragon Ball events, and all of my husband's figures have to be from Japan. He doesn't want like the GameStop ones or anything like that. He wants them to be like, we went to the Skytree movie event. I need to send you the picture. Okay, so have you been to Skytree in
Is
Tokyo?
is that the big tower where you can see all the way around? Yeah.
Yes.
I've videoed every day. I've vlogged too. I haven't edited any of that footage. It's still
Mm-hmm.
sitting on my laptop because it's been like 2 years. I'm like, I'm not going to put it out now. It's been 2 years.
That's how I feel. It's been years. And so I'm like, but we were there for a month. We went to Tokyo, Hakone, Osaka, Kyoto. Like we made our way around. I really should put all that stuff up. But the event we went to, the day the movie opened, Skytree did like a whole event for it at the very top. And they had a special exclusive store where you could only buy these figures at this location. Brandon bought every one of them. And it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a store. It was just something they set up,
It's like a pop-up shop.
Exactly. But I have a picture. I'm looking. I'm not even paying attention. I'm just like looking around at all this other stuff. I turn around and I had to take a picture. My husband has just like he bought it all. He bought everything. Because it was like, it was exclusive. So yeah, my husband's like a 10 out of 10 on the fanatic level. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm like that with a lot of anime. Like, I legitimately started crying when I went to the Pokemon store in Tokyo because I love Pokemon so much. I have like little keychain things. I play Pokemon Go every day. I am a giant nerd. And then, like, I started crying again when we went to the Jump store.
Yeah.
I legitimately almost spent $500 on on one of those, like, they have those Letterman jackets with like the graphic and like the massive embroidery on the back. I like seriously thought about it to
Did
buy
you go
one.
to the Jump amusement park?
No. So we want to go back to, because it was a friend trip. So we want to go back to Japan again, but we want to go to Germany first before we go back to Japan. And we were gonna try to do, Germany in 2020, and then this year they were supposed to open up the Ghibli park. They're supposed to open up like a Studio Ghibli park, which is another like animation studio. And we wanted to go during that opening period because me and my friends are also giant weebs, like apparently your husband is. So, yeah, no, I would love to do that.
I went to the Jump because they had the Dragon Ball crap there. So, we were there, and it was fun. I mean, it was fun. They had, one of the Dragon Ball rides, or it wasn't a ride, but it was like one of the things. They give you these glasses and you go into this big empty room and you have to do the Kamehameha, and like it was all 3D, and I told Brand, I said, whoa, like I felt like at one point I was about to fall. It was so realistic. It was fun. I would recommend it to, because I like to recommend stuff to non like anime fan, because I'm not, I don't watch anime.
I can tell by the way you talk about it that you're not an anime fan, but you're a supportive wife.
I am there. I have been to it all. I've seen all the shows. Can't tell you nothing about it, but I've been to it. in the jump park, it was fun. It was fun. Yeah. They have one thing where you can test your strength, and I got way more strength than Brandon on that one, so I haven't let him forget that.
Oh. Yeah, no, Cajun, you got way more out of that because both of us like to talk about things that we enjoy, and I think Alicia just likes to talk. So,
True.
All right. Do you have anything else for me besides, if I want another pet?
I don't know. I didn't come prepared with questions, so I'm not really sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell me?
Anything do I want to tell you?
Yeah.
I mean, I would tell you in the chat or later at some point, but thank you so much for being here. How about that?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I had fun. I'm looking at the clock and I see it's 2:00.
Yeah.
And all I'm thinking about now is, oh yeah, my dogs are gonna be mad at me. They're gonna be.
All right. Well, thank you so much, y'all, for being here. I appreciate anybody who popped in to watch. Alicia, thank you for being here. We're gonna sign off. So, bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.